Hi there, and welcome to part 2 of the video date functions. If you missed the first part, don't worry, there is a link below which will take you there. Now in this part 2, you'll learn how to create a countdown calendar and also the important function NETWORKDAYS. So let's do it. An interesting use of the function today is when you need to create a countdown calendar, which is very useful when you need to manage corporate events, sales targets, and projects in general. So let's insert that function in the cell J3 as our reference date for now. In this example, let's imagine you are investing in a property development project and you have a schedule showing these 5 milestones. For each milestone, you have a specific deadline to achieve in this column G. You now need to identify in column H how many days are left for each of those milestones. So you can easily calculate this difference as this date from cell G3 minus today's date, which we just created in this cell J3. So we can see there are 22 days remaining for this deadline to be achieved. Here you can use absolute reference for this cell J3 and expand this function down to get the results for the remaining milestones as well. Let's now imagine you open this spreadsheet tomorrow, which is basically today's date plus 1 day. You can then see 1 day was deducted from each milestone. If you open this file 10 days from now, the schedule will show a tighter deadline for each of these activities. So every day you open the file, you can see the counting down in progress, which can help you and your team to monitor a project, for example. Now let's move one step ahead. To create a proper countdown calendar, you should eliminate any negative numbers in this column H. For example, if you open this file 30 days from now, this first milestone will show you a negative number, which means that this deadline already took place 8 days ago. Here, it would make more sense if we had the word expired as a result. So let's quickly adjust this function. First, press F2 in the cell H3 and let's adapt this difference with the function max. So just after the equal sign, type the word max. This list of functions will pop up. Select the first one by pressing Tab. The first argument is the difference between the dates itself. You can then press comma to skip to the next argument and type the number 0. By doing this, the result of your function will be either a positive number or 0. You can then close brackets and press Ctrl Enter. You can now press F2 again in this cell and copy this entire function max by pressing Ctrl C. You can then insert the function if just after the equal sign and press Tab to accept it. We now need to work on this logical test. So if the result of this function equals 0, then we need the word expired to be returned in this value if true argument. Press comma to skip to the value if false argument. In case the result of the function is different than 0, we basically need the function max itself. So here just press Ctrl V to paste the function you copied before. You can then close brackets to complete this combined function and expand it down. Now, to make it even more professional, let's complement this countdown calendar by applying different colors to identify the milestones which are approaching soon. For example, any milestone which will happen in the next 30 days needs to be highlighted with a red color. Any deadlines which will take place over 100 days can be classified with a green color, and we can also have a yellow color for anything in between. So select this range H3 to H7 and then go to Conditional Formatting. Highlight Sales Rules and here choose Greater Than. Let's define the threshold 100 and let's pick up the color green and press Enter. We can now go back to the Conditional Formatting menu and this time choose the option Less Than. And here we can set up a rule for values under 30 and let's keep this default red color and press Enter. Finally, let's go back to this menu and now let's choose this option Between. And here type the two thresholds of 30 and 100. And for any values within this category, let's pick up this yellow color and press Enter. Remember, a fourth alternative result here is for events that have already gone, which we define as expired. So in this conditional formatting menu, we can define the role equal to, and here let's type the word expired, and let's customize a color here. We can choose, for example, a gray background color with a red font. You can then click on OK down here in this box and press Enter to accept that rule. Now all milestones have been classified, so if you open this file 30 days from now, then 2 milestones will be expired by then, and no milestones over 100 days will exist anymore. In 60 days from now, there will be only 1 active milestone classified in yellow, and all the others will have expired by then. In this last example, imagine you are working as a contractor for a company, and you need now to charge that client a daily fee for each day you have worked on a specific project. The invoice amount is basically the fee of $60 per day times the number of days you have actually worked. Here you have the starting and ending date of your contract and a list of holidays and time offs that you took during this period. If you are just interested in calculating the total number of days between these two dates, you could simply insert this basic formula in cell G16, and here you could get 100 days. However, what you need for your invoice calculation is the exact number of days that you actually worked, which needs to exclude weekends and holidays. To calculate the effective number of days you have worked, you then need to use the function NETWORKDAYS. So let's insert that function in the cell G17. The first argument, start date, is this date from cell G14. The argument end date is this one from cell G15. Let's ignore this optional argument holidays for now. Close brackets and press enter. The result 73 is returned here. This function so far is basically calculating this difference of 100 days and subtracting all the weekends in this period. However, this is still not the final number of days you have worked, as you also need to deduct all the holidays and time offs you took during this time, which are noted here in this column H. So here we can see there are a total of 6 extra days to be deducted. So we can press F2 in the cell G17 to edit this function, and for this argument holidays, we can then select this range H13 to H18 and then press enter. The number of valid days then decreases to 68 days. The invoice amount is then basically the daily fee times the number of valid days you calculated. Now a bonus tip on this topic. If you paid attention to the calculation of valid days, you could see it decreased from 73 to 68 after we changed the argument holidays. This is a decrease of 5 days, even though we can see we have a total of 6 holidays displayed in this column H. This was done on purpose to illustrate a key feature of this function. In case you wrongly insert a holiday or time off which falls into a weekend, the function NETWORKDAYS will basically ignore it for the purpose of the calculation of number of working days between two dates. If you check your computer calendar, this last date, 11th of March 2023, was actually a Saturday, so Excel is ignoring it for the purpose of the calculation. If you then correct this date as of 10th of March 2023, which is a Friday, then the function NETWORKDAYS will exclude one more day in the calculation of the total number of valid days. So keep this tip in mind while working with this function. In parts 1 and 2 of this video, we cover several functions and procedures around dates in Excel. But remember, if you just watch these explanations today, you will probably forget about it next week. So please make sure you practice what you're learning in my videos, as that's the way you can get better in Excel. Also, if you haven't already done it, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos I upload. I wish you all the best and see you in the next video.